Welcome to day 10 of 25 Days of Christmas Horrors. I'm Mike from Real Lounge Entertainment, and today's movie is the controversial 1984 movie Silent Night, Deadly Night. This movie is rated R, has a runtime of 1 hour and 22 minutes, a Rotten Tomato score of 48%, and this movie came out in the 80s, so spoiler warning, we're going to talk about stuff. So now, let's see what got parents so riled up in the 80s. So watching this movie has been on my bucket list for some time. I've been meaning to watch it for over 20 years and just haven't gotten around to it. I mean, look at this cover. This is iconic. Maybe one of the most iconic covers on this list. This movie follows the character Billy, who as a child witnesses his mom and dad get slaughtered by a guy dressed like Santa Claus. Only him and his brother survive. But we'll get to his brother in another review. So Billy grows up in an orphanage run by nuns, and especially a really mean one named Mother Superior. And Mother Superior punishes him for every little thing he does. Punishment. So skip ahead, and Billy's an adult now, and he gets a job at a toy store, and everything's going really good until they see him put up a sign of Santa. And they even make him dress like Santa when the original Santa can't make it to work that day. And this drives him really mad and makes him want to punish the bad. Punish! And then he goes on a murder spree, killing his co-workers. Punish! His boss. Punish! A couple having sex that happens to be played by my favorite scream queen, Linnea Quigley. Punish! Okay, that's enough of that. So now, they know the murderer is Billy, and they know that he's on his way to the orphanage to kill Mother Superior, and this leads to a cop being killed outside with an axe, which happens to be the weapon of choice in this movie, and on that awesome cover. So even though the kids know that there's a maniac trying to get in and hurt them, they see this crazy looking Santa at the door and let him in. It's Billy, and he tries to go after Mother Superior, but there happens to be another cop in the building, and he shoots and kills Billy before he can get to her. And then as Billy's dying, he says one thing to the kids: "You're safe now. Santa is gone." And then he dies. But his little brother Ricky stands over him, and what does he say? You know it. Punish! And end. So after years of wanting to see this movie, there's no way it could have lived up to the hype I had in my mind. Partially my fault, partially because it's not great. It's not horrible either, though. And it doesn't shy away from the violence or the sex, and it has a Santa killing people with an axe. And that's what really angered parents at the time. Even though this movie is rated R, they got this movie pulled from theaters because they were so angry. As for me, I actually found this movie very mean-spirited, and most people in this movie aren't likable at all. And at the beginning, you feel bad for Billy. How could this kid grow up to be normal? His parents were murdered in front of him by a guy dressed like Santa. He was raised by nuns who treated him like crap. And then he starts killing people dressed like Santa. I mean, he stood no chance. I also feel like the kills were very boring and not special at all. It's a Christmas movie. You gotta be more creative than that. Not only is it Christmas, it's 80s primetime horror. They really dropped the ball on that part of this movie. And then a really big negative also was you went from a high quality shot, and then the next shot would be a low quality shot, like it was shot on someone's like home camera. That really turned down this movie because it happens multiple times. So on the positive side for this movie, it wasn't a complete bore, and the pace actually moved pretty quickly. And the acting wasn't that bad for what it really was. And once again, look at that poster. That poster's fire. Show it again. So for Silent Night, Deadly Night, I give it a 2 out of 5. Now join us tomorrow when we ask the question, whoever slew Auntie Roo?